Hi, this is Antti Jokinen, the director and writer of The Resident, and you are watching antecinematv.
Hello? Someone called about a rental here?
You're looking at it.
Wait, what's the catch?
Every city.
The place is huge. Is anything available for me?
Thousands of women live by themselves.
Max!
Hey!
I thought the film was, it went well, and people reacted to the parts that they were supposed to, and yes. Well, obviously, the biggest difference is naturally that you have to tell a story. In the music videos and commercials, you tell a story in a much shorter way, and sometimes not at all. And then in films, that the storytelling aspect is different, and also, it's more of a collaboration of creative people, because in commercials and music videos, often, the director is the man. You are the one who makes all the choices, and it's a situation where you run the show and everything is your vision, but then on a film you collaborate with all these great other creative people, and then it becomes a collaboration. I think that's also different, which I welcomed. I thought it was great. I thought I was working with Hillary and Guillermo Navarro and Jeffrey D. Morgan. It was brilliant, and I had to really look forward to it. Well, I think that the reason why I wanted to, the reason why originally I went to Hollywood was that I have worked there now for 10 years and lived there 10 years. Now with this movie I moved out, because now after your first film you can have things that you want to be there. I never had Hollywood dreams, and I never particularly liked living there for an instant. I lived there because there was work, and I was privileged enough to get a lot of work. But so it seemed like the right place to make this film. The reason why I work there, and it only doesn't go to this film, but also goes to my other career, is that, people who love films, and the best cinematographer, production designers, the best, not always the best, but a majority of people who want to, they go there. So you can work with other people who are at the very top of their game, and that's one of the reasons. Unfortunately now, even with this film, because of the subject matter, it was extremely difficult to make, because film business, unless you are the Coen brothers, is coming to a point where things are getting very formulated in Hollywood, and I think that a lot of more interesting films are now coming from Europe and also from Asia and other parts, just due to the fact that bankers run Hollywood these days. To make it in Europe would have probably been much easier, yes. But the script always got good responses from day one. When we finished it, it was optioned immediately. But I think people, looking back to it, maybe yes. But after working with Hillary Swank, it would be very difficult for me to think that there would have been any more successful way to get started than this. That's one of the things, is that, I don't particularly like to talk about it too much, because if you go to Hollywood, you make Hollywood movies, and you know the rules, and you go. But it's, I didn't have a last cut of the film, and obviously I would love to have it. Not to be able to edit your film yourself, it can be a total nightmare. But on the other hand, also that people who put $60 million or $20 million in a movie, they have the right to do it, and that's how the Hollywood system works. If you make a movie there, then you don't complain, you move forward. But this film particularly, because there is so much voyeurism, and there was a huge sexual vibe that wanted to go, that I wanted to make it much stronger, but unfortunately it wasn't always possible. Well, also, I think that the biggest thing is that the film is not told in a contemporary way, with the 3-act dimensions. It has sections where the perspective of the movie shifts completely to an unknown place. I also think that one of the European facts, like Polanski's Tenet, which inspired me hugely, was that it has a psychological tone to it that doesn't necessarily have those axe in the head kind of scares. It's a kind of a growing, almost like a turmoil that comes from a movie that keeps moving you to the right little bit and right until you fall over. So those are the elements that I thought that are not usually shown in American films. And I think, I mean, cinematography wisely and just how it's told, there were a lot of elements there that that you don't see, and just from architecture of the building. And if you look at if you look carefully, despite from a computer, this movie is not set in any time. I mean, you can watch. I really wanted to make a movie that you can watch 20 years from now, like Silence of the Lambs was made the same way. You watch it now and you don't see anything that would a film could still be made today. So I really didn't want to set this in a specific time. So I mean, the computer is pretty much the only thing. Everything else, from clothing to everything you see in the film, could happen 10 years from now. Well, I mean, the advice is very simple, because is that you have to make your career happen by learning every aspect of filmmaking, from stories. It's not going to be easy. That you have to get your professional level high up by shooting as much as you can, writing as much as you can, learning from books and other movies, watching as many movies as you can. I mean, I have 3,000 movies in my home. And then when you have gained your professional level to a point that you can start competing within the industry, then you have to kind of make your own voice and have a point of view, and then stick with it if you want to be that kind of director. I mean, there's a lot of directors who also do it because it's their job, but then you just have to be highly professional. Well, I mean, there are movies. I mean, Shawshank Redemption, which was a movie that I really like. I mean, I like The Clockwork Orange. I love Seven. I love The 10. I mean, Rosemary's Baby. I really, really, truly love that. I mean, those are, I guess, movies that I go back to and watch them over and over again. And then, so I would, right now, on Silence of the Lambs, actually, yes. That I really, really thought it was a brilliant movie. And so those just top of my head.
Help!
The Resident.